what's going on, guys? This is Misin. Today, actually, I have some really good news for you guys. And honestly, when I first saw the cards that were before this one, I actually kind of thought maybe Konami would not be, I don't know, willing to eventually release these cards, or maybe they will, but like way too late in the future. But I guess there has been kind of a pattern with these kind of links, just like with, was it Master Boy, Mrs. Radiant, all those not really good ones, Wee Witch Apprentice, Hip Hoshinigan. They weren't that great, but when we started having the Charmer Link monsters, kind of became like really much better out of like nowhere, because the other ones were recycling back from the graveyard to the hand, but these ones actually search from the deck to the hand, so they can unbreak out of nowhere, and they can also create a lot of just innovative and creative plays, honestly. So what this card is Lina the Light Charmer Shining, and I technically don't have to read you the effect. I really don't have to, simply because, like I said, it follows a pattern. So it's a Link 2 Spellcaster Link, 1850 attack. That's just obvious at this point. Bottom left, bottom right, 2 monsters including a light. This is so nasty. It's so easy to have at least one light monster on the field when you link summon. I can think of so many decks right now, like Drytron, and even when you're not playing Drytron, just I don't know, just a single monster. You don't even technically have to main deck a light for you to be able to summon this. And look at the 2 effects, it's just crazy. Both effects are hard once per turn. I guess it's always treated as a familiar possessed card, but that's not super relevant. So the first effect, you can target 1 light monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your zone this card points to. This is insanity, because when we had only fire, wind, earth, water, those attributes aren't the most commonly played in the meta usually. The two biggest attributes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are light and dark. Everyone in the world can agree with me. And after that, I guess Earth has been pretty good over the years. There has been so many good Earth decks. I can think of Gookie, Zodiac. This is going to be really nice to revive your opponent's Zodiac monsters, and then you can start making Xyz on top of it. So, you know, for light monsters, all you really need is just like an Eldritch Trap, and that's it. That's it, like Conquistador, Aquero, and then literally normal summon a hand shop. You can do that. Revive. I mean, that's just, you know, another example. But if you summon, like, for example, I don't know, just an earth hand shop, whatever. You have the choice between light and earth, etc. Yeah, this is crazy, man. And reviving back a light monster from your opponent's graveyard, really insane. You can revive back technically Eldritch the Golden Lord, Cyber Dragon Infinity. Doesn't get its effect negated, so you can steal a monster right after and then negate. Like, okay, sure, that's very fair. And then, of course, if this Link summoned card is destroyed by battle, or it is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while it's in the owner's monster zone, so if they go, like, Crackdown and then you jump over, you won't search just because you destroyed your opponent. So, well, your opponent's stolen monster. Anyways, you can add 1 light monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So, in case you were wondering, Cyber Dragon Core just happens to have exactly 1500 defense. So in other words, you can get an engine started out of literally nowhere. Just, you can go double Crackdown, steal a light and steal whatever, and then make this, crash, search Cyber Dragon Core, main phase 2 normal summon, search, and then you can kind of play Yu-Gi-Oh! From there. So just random hands can actually start playing for you. And also, this will 100% prove that the Dark monster, it's literally called Dark, the Dark Charmer, probably, I don't know, shadowing or darking or whatever, or I have no idea, but whatever, it's going to be released. And by the way, once again, the thing that you have to remember is that it searches for the attribute with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. This has been true for every single Charmer Link monster. So in other words, Levineer can be searched, which is a dark monster with 0 defense. You can search pretty much Uni-Zombie and other cool stuff like that. You can search, I mean, with the light monster, you can search Nibiru, because Nibiru has 3000 attack, sure, but it only has 600 defense. You can search Valor. Oh my god. I mean, you can't search Ash and the family of the Ghost Sisters because they have 1800 defense. So, you know, that's one thing, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, in Salamangreat, 1 single Jaguar can make this, and then you can crash Surge Gazelle. So this is what I mean by you can kind of start getting you can get an engine going out of absolutely nowhere. It's really fantastic. And honestly, I really don't know. I just have so many... I think this is going to change the game completely. This is going to change so many decks in the way they can randomly start playing the game, because before, for so many years, unless you actually drew the specific cards that you needed for your engine to go off, you couldn't play the game. Like, you were just trying to stall until you eventually drew them, or you would actually use a lot of draw power cards, or I don't know, you would kind of rely on other engines. That's why people kind of splashed other engines and other decks, like Dragma, for example. Everybody played that. By the way, that's a good example. I'm pretty sure this can search Ecclesia. But anyways, so yeah, it's just really cool that out of nowhere you can start playing the game. And I'm really happy for Cyber Dragon. This is something that I really wanted for a while, but at the same time, this is also quite devastating against Cyber Dragons, because on top of having to worry about not losing to your own Chimera Tech Contact Fuse, like the fact that your opponent can play Chimera Techs in their extra deck, which is the best side deck card, which isn't a side deck card. You have it on game 1, and you don't have to draw it. So Cyber Dragons, even if Konami gives them a really good structure deck, it's not like they would become a tier 0 unfair degenerate deck, unless they kind of get like ridiculous OTK cards that just don't even allow the opponent to even have the time to contact fuse with your monster, since you're just OTKing. But I don't think they're going to give Cyber Dragons really good OTK support. I mean, like up until now, outside of Seeger, none of the Cyber Dragon cards really facilitate OTKing that much. Cyberload is, I guess, it kind of helps, but anyways, it's kind of off subject. But yeah, I'm just really happy, but at the same time, kind of scared. We should have the Dark Charmer in probably 3 sets, because this also is kind of following the pattern, which means that you will probably have to wait until 2022 or the end of 2021 in order to see what the Dark Charmer looks like, but just the artwork, and you can kind of already guess it, and of course, like I said, you can already guess the effects. So that's all I had to say for this beautiful Link monster that's going to have such a huge impact on Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.